Hi guys, how you doing? Good to see a bunch of you guys in here already. Eating my popsicle. How's everybody doing? You guys want me to send up a link for you guys? Anybody that wants to come up, more than welcome. Get it up there for you. You guys seen those new Galaxy phones coming out? I'm not sure if they're out yet or not, but they fold open like that, like a book, and then when you open them up, it's that big, much bigger of a screen. Hey, Howie, how you doing, my friend? Long time. Hey, Uncle, how you doing? Good to see you. I see Nomadic's in here as well. How are you doing tonight, my friend? Hey, Clint. Try to get everybody here. Gil will probably be along. He probably fell asleep. I think I got everybody. Yep, I woke up this morning too. That's a good thing. Oh, I don't have a topic at this time of night, Howie. I'm too tired by now. I usually just kind of run by the seat of my britches. Whatever you guys want to talk about's good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Nomadic. I would think if it folds out like that, it would be easily malfunctionable right there where it folds. Probably something to do with the elements in there. I'm gonna let it run for a while and see how it runs before I really get serious about looking at it. That's what I do. If anything new comes out, I just sit out there and let it uh, I kind of watch how it runs. How what people think of them and whatnot. That way, I'm not getting into a bunch of problems. Brooks, 1203. Good evening. Haven't seen you here before, I don't believe. Welcome to my late night live stream. Did I see Lori come in? Yep, I did. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. That was quite the video you put out there. I went to that link and watched that thing. Maybe the old man come over. I just saw him in another live stream. Yeah, I have to see him for a while, Nomadic. I have to see, make sure they're going to stay around. It's sort of like a vetting. I vet them to make sure they're going to be here for a while. Harry Bell, hey, good to see you. Hey, welcome. You got attacked? Go figure with YouTube, right? That's just not right. Well, at least I got to watch it. I thought it was pretty good. Well, I'll tell you what, if he keeps coming around, then you won't have to worry about it. He'll just become one. He'll become part of Monkey Ridge crew like everybody else. Oh, thank you, Annie. Harry, I appreciate that. I really do. That's come to think of it, don't forget to give my stream a thumbs up, okay, you guys? Oh yeah, come on up here. There you are.
How you doing?
I am doing.
Been
Good
following
to see you.
Sorry?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, no problem. God, I look young. I just went and cut the beard off. I just took like 15 years off. That's weird.
I'm not gonna put mine off. I was gonna, and I just talked myself plumb out of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And it's amazing. I was able to close my first window before you put me up, and I'm normally lacking on that when I go on panel.
Are you gonna come up to Uncle? You feeling good enough to come up here?
There we go. Okay, thanks. I'm getting Christian rabbit ears behind me. That's fun. All right. Yeah. If you ever spin that wheel, I specifically put it like a 2-minute video up to make it easy on everybody of us. We were at the shooting range this summer. Oh, I'm not reading the stream. Hello, Rat Pack, Jory, Lori Jean, and Die Bullfrog 79. Hello. We put that video up specifically, to show that we actually are mild preppers. We were out sighting in the AR, and of course I didn't bring the extra batteries for the scope, and it died on me almost when I had it sighted in. But it's like a video of us at the range.
I hate it when you run out of batteries and forget to bring them.
Oh, they were in another bag. I was in a hurry because a friend showed up from out of town from Portland with his daughter, and we were teaching Christian and his daughter gun safety that day, and allowing him to shoot some assault rifles, which they'd never touched. So it was a great day, though.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah, I can't get on the net tonight.
Hi, miscellaneous magnets. How you doing?
I'm sorry, Clint. And I can't keep the phone up when I'm on panel either.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
We'll try to stay on here.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
I can't.
Okay, bye.
What, you got issues staying online or what?
Clint lives out where the cell service is really bad in his little cabin sort of thing he's got going on, and he doesn't have a signal booster, can't afford one at the moment. And he even has to stand outside in the cold to watch your show sometimes. He's actually that low. He goes out and freezes his butt off to watch the show with his phone in the cold. So,
that's it. I'm going to have to make him one then.
He doesn't even have content. He just loves the people on here in your show, honestly.
Well, he's a moderator now, so
he'll be happy about that. He will. It's not that he's even going to use it or knows what to do with it. It's just going to make him feel good to know that he's part of the crew,
Yeah, it's a Monkey Ridge Crew is what I call it. I have Monkey Ridge Crew stuff in my Teespring store, and I always have a link to my store in all my videos. I don't put them on my live stream videos, but on my content I do. I don't make a lot of money at it. Most of the time I buy the stuff and give it away.
Yeah, but it's not about the money. You were going to send us something out, and I still haven't gotten anything I've gotten lately in the mail except for I think
I don't go every day to the post office.
Oh no, I'm either.
I wait till it's over here. I got a table I work off of in my kitchen for my YouTube stuff. And when the mail gets too much where I can't do my other stuff, then I bunch it all up and I give it to my kid and say, "You're going to the post office today for me." Oh, okay.
Cool. Throw me the keys. So is there a topic tonight? Or just
usually the late night shows are just whatever anybody wants to talk about. Because I have topics on other shows during the early evenings and late at night. People are just winding down and they don't really want to stay on topic. They're all getting off topic anyway, so I just kind of let it go.
Cool. Yeah, we're going to be nomadic in about a year completely. Right now we have like 2 get up and go rigs we're working on. We have the truck and camper that is usable. But
Yeah,
I can't
I got a friend that lives down in Phoenix.
that's some of the areas we're going to head to. When we get the
Yeah,
Class 8.
him and I go way back. He used to live in. I'm from Washington originally, so he used to live in Washington, and him and I spent most of our time when we weren't working up in the mountains. So
Yep, that's where I live, right in the middle of the Deschutes National Forest.
he went to Oregon, and I went to Nebraska.
So Laura Jean's going nomadic on the 9th, it looks like. Hard to do up north. Oh, up north. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, we're sitting in snow right now. It's not a lot compared to what we normally get, but it came early. I got caught with my my cool summer shorts around my ankles this year.
Yeah, we got snow here a couple of days ago. It's just now starting to go away, but they're saying it's coming back in again. So.
Oh, we were in the negatives for part of a week, and I forgot the hot tub was sitting out there half full of water.
So are you close to Klamath Lake then, or?
I'm north of Klamath Lake. I'm Central Oregon in Lapine. I don't mind telling you where I'm at.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a 2-hour drive, I think, south of me.
Yeah, it's cold up there then.
Part of my prepper issue is I've got a stockpile of Augustin Farms foods and a full-on. I got as much liquor out there as a small bar, a little mini bar would have at a that you go to where they keep a half bar.
Oh, you'll be having like all the nomads coming through saying, "Hey, let's belly up to your bar."
No, it don't work that way. I've lost my bar 3 times to my good friends, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't mind saying get gone. I'll serve a drink when I feel like serving a drink, not when you feel like asking for one.
Well, if all hell breaks loose, you'll be selling that booze. Here,
Yeah.
You want to stay warm? How much
The world
money?
comes to an end. It is one of the big trading things right there.
Yep, that's a big barter.
Nothing goes wrong.
That's a big barter chip for sure.
Laura Jean's got too much alcohol in that house, huh?
That's what I do. If I see those little I call them airplane bottles. If I see them on sale or something, I'll just buy a handful of them and throw them in a tub. I've got a big old plastic tub full of them.
Yep, I do that with the easy to down ones like the Sinfire and stuff like that.
Yeah,
a bunch of those around. You can pass them out at a campsite when you're having fun with your friends, and you don't have to give away. You don't have to worry about the fifth of a half gallon being pounded by somebody and then acting the fool. Pass out the little ones. Make them work for it.
Yep.
So yeah, but I've got so much stuff out there in a shed with a heater going in it right now that I don't know where I'm going to put it all in the RV. I mean, all the prepper stuff, and I'm going to take it with me. I got it in the herd on the firearms. That's a big deal too. The ammo is going to be a lot of weight in there because I ain't thinning the herd on that.
Hi, Ryder Dust.
So I got a big journey ahead of me to figure this out.
It's pretty easy. You just kind of take little steps along the way.
Yeah. I'm one of those prepared guys. I'm going to have my welder with me. I decided I'll have a sawzall and some other tools, so I don't need the plasma cutter, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, you're already at your bug out location, so you don't have anything to worry about. All you got to do is stock up to make yourself a small, I guess, bug in location.
Yeah, well, this is my bug in location, but I also know how to make it, look like I wouldn't live in this house if everything went to hell in a handbasket, because the house would be a decoy.
Yep.
Pick them off as they come in, shoot the damn thing up.
Hi, Kaylin, how you doing? Good to see you.
But yeah, it's I hate to think about those thoughts because I'm such a kind person that all bets are off if everything happened like that.
That's how I am. I'll give you the shirt off my back, but if all hell broke loose, it's every man for himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you're better off. I've learned you're better off to have a small crew. You got to have your buddies. Keep it cheap. Almost all plastic bottles, whiskey, vodka, tequila, Everclear.
I got
Get it all.
I got everything I'm storing up, but I got the AR in the closet too if I need it.
Yeah. Yeah, remember that. If I ever get on the wheel, I did it real short to make it easy for everybody.
I'll looking for it, and I'll play that one when we pull your name up.
It's called Range. It's called Range Hot.
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
Yeah, you commented on it too because we were. Who is that? It's my sister. I cannot talk right now, hon. I will have to call you back later. Okay, I love you. Bye. Yeah, that's family. No, we purposely made a bunch of short videos recently to make it easy for people to do it right. And I think every content creator should do this.
Yep.
Make a 2 to 5 minute video to allow people to do it right. They can watch the whole video if it's 2 minutes long. They can comment on it, and YouTube doesn't know the difference of whether it's 30 seconds or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was done, and that's why you got to do that as a content
Also,
creator.
you don't have to call it. You don't even if you got a gun in there, you don't even have to have a gun in the heading. You know, you can put other words in there. People are going to figure it out.
Yeah, well, we looked up all the rules before we placed that video because we literally were going through some phones we had this summer that we were carrying around with us for grabbing content.
Yeah, the AI picks up on if you have guns or pistols or anything like that in your topic line, they'll just flag it, you know. So you just work around that, you know.
How does Demolition Ranch get around all that?
So you just learn real fast to work around it. It's like that. I did that scope video today, and instead of saying hunting rifles or anything, I was saying your crossbow or your pellet gun or your paintball gun, you know.
So they getting touchy over having that stuff on there? Because I read the rules and I didn't break any rules by putting it on there from what I read.
No, they'll let you put it up there. It's just whether it gets flagged or not.
Oh, I see.
You just if you kind of play with the wording on it, you know, that's the basic.
Yep.
Any weapon names on?
I got a popsicle that's sitting here melting. I gotta open it up.
Oh, get that thing gone.
Oh man, I love them.
We just your notification came in perfect for me because that gave me time to chow down some dinner before you made it live.
Yeah, I usually put up a notification a couple hours before I go on. I had a guy telling me even if I put it up 2 hours before, he doesn't get it until an hour after I'm on.
Wow, bad notification system. Bad.
That's bad cell service or something.
Yeah, some of those people can live on sponsorship Fringe Files. And he's probably, I haven't watched him for a long time, but I thought he had great videos in the beginning. That's pretty cool. Don't know that, Fringe Files. And I try to pay attention to the chat, but I do get sidetracked some days when I get into the panel. So forgive me if I don't see your comments in advance. I try to keep up on them. And they do come in 20 to 30 seconds after they're posted on my big screen TV, which is where I read them so I don't have to wear glasses and hold the phone in front of my face while I'm on panel too.
Yeah, if you, they're starting to crunch down on explosive videos too. You know, if you use that Tannerite or whatever, they're the new guidelines. They're starting to take those down. Even if you are showing people how to use it, or if you have it and you say, "Come on, I'm going to use Tannerite," and you go set it up, they think that you're showing people how to use it, so they'll take it down. They're really crunching down.
Yeah, well, the most I was doing was showing somebody how to. We didn't even really do any audio much in there. I was sighting in a scope.
Yeah.
Then Christian put up my buddy shooting at a pan with a handgun, and he goes, he was saying, this is our friend, and he's really a really experienced firearm person, and he missed the first 2 shots, and it was almost like he was saying a joke. The reality of this is, I can see this guy put a 10-round clip in a handgun, and you throw a can in the air, and he will hit it with 8.29 bullets. He'll dance that can in the air and keep it from hitting the ground. This guy is good. So it really wasn't a joke that he's good when the couple misses went in there. My buddy Shane, he can dance a can in the air and keep it from hitting the ground. I've been impressed with that many a time.
Kayla said she did a video and she was at a meetup. They were shooting, but she said that she didn't put anything in there about the shooting, and the video went through. So, if you just play around with it, I feel that's how people are going to have to do it. They're just going to have to hide hide what it's really all about, you know.
Yeah. Or just step in and say, we're not teaching you how to do anything. We're just having fun here. You know, just be blatant in a comment in the very beginning.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that too. They're saying it in the beginning that this is age appropriate stuff, and if it offends you, don't watch this video, you know.
We thought about doing a tag in the beginning of our videos with a big finger saying, this is not for children, you know. And we thought about doing that too. And other people were talking about it on YouTube also, putting the big finger up saying, this is not for children. Turn it off now if you're under 18. Just to be clear, you know, we thought about it, and we don't do anything special out there. We're just a variety channel, a couple guys trying to go nomadic remodeling an RV.
Yeah. I've just started going into the I can't remember what they're called now, but they're like the only thing you can drop it down. It has all the boxes in there. And I'll tell it that it's never been on TV before, and it's if it's for underage kids, I'll put the age appropriate box, check it, and I'll do whatever I have to do to make it stay up.
Yeah,
I don't even care if it's monetized as long as it stays up. I don't care, you know.
They say you're cute, Bucky. And I have seen the other comments about the tannerite and the pumpkin and all that stuff too. I've been reading. I just didn't want to interrupt our host to get to all of them, so forgive me. This is one of the rats. That's why we're called the Rat Pack. We have 2 Chihuahuas. I've called my little rats for years, and we literally have 2 fancy rats that were rescued from a snake farm that are going to go with us in the RV on our journey.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we have Apollo, who's a ham. He loves being in the camera, held, fed. And then we have Eros, when they're both the names of Greek gods, and Eros is just warming up to us good.
Right on.
But I mean, I put the camera in the cage, and he would freak out, stop eating his treats, and go hide them. But Apollo, he'd put his face right in the camera, going, "What you doing?"
Yeah.
You know, I'd have to back the camera off of him, and he'd almost fall out of the cage trying to get to it and see what I'm doing. So yeah, we got a good crew of rats for pets, and they're intelligent. My God, I had no idea how smart they were for a rodent.
Trying to read this chat.
Yeah, alcohol is one of the best bartering tools out there. That food and water. And of course, we have a well. We could set up a solar system inverter and pump our own water out of the ground. Or I've got 20 spots that I know there's natural artesian springs anywhere in this area.
Yeah.
We have ground filtered water, almost 20 miles.
Especially the higher you get up in the mountains, the easier it is to find those springs, you know, that run right off the spring runoff and stuff, because then there's absolutely nothing in the water, you know.
We have year-round artesian springs out of here that pop up out of the ground from underneath boulders the size of a Volkswagen that actually feed reservoirs.
I think the best barter tool there is the skills that you have, because everyone has different skills. So if you could work, hey, I know how to do this, I'll trade you this for that.
And I would, because I've got a really messed up back, so I would trade skills and labor for all kinds of good stuff at that point. You know, you just got to learn to trust people if you can.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry.
To pay for a cell phone bill. He's really good at it too. That man, he makes dangerous, sharp knives.
All right, yeah, Jerry's out there. That's my buddy. How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you, my friend. How'd your stream go?
Yeah, Lori Jean, you got a sealed container is a great thing. People be leery of something unsealed, but you do what you got to do. They can taste it and see it's good for themselves. You used to be able to get those little containers from the dollar store too that were great for putting stuff like that in. Jerry's caught up.
He makes some pretty good, mean knives.
Yeah, I saw that. I was saw some of the fire starters he was making the other day.
Some water.
Here you go, baby.
Yeah, he does some pretty mean stuff with ferro rods too.
Yeah, that's the video I was watching the other day.
I'm working on a sheath for another guy. I'm almost got it done. I'll have it done tomorrow.
I have a friend that moved out of the area, clear to Florida.
I do leather work, and I've done a lot of leather work for Jerry.
Yeah.
He makes the knives, and I put sheaths on them. But this is for another guy. I'm just about done with it.
Has anybody out there been to Sturgis or Daytona Bike Week and picked up a knife from TC Customs? Because that is one of my best friends. That's part of my family.
I've been there, and I've heard of that guy, but I've never bought anything from him.
His name is Troy Choate, and he makes really good knives that hold really good edges. He has people coming back saying how many animals they gutted and haven't even had to sharpen it, and they want more. And he makes the sheaths and everything, all handmade, all hand done, all hand forged. He starts from scratch on everything.
Hey, Rob, how you doing? Good to see you too, brother.
So that's one of my best friends. I taught his kids how to drive cars, the whole 9 yards. You know, we're family.
Yeah, I've heard of that guy. I've been to Sturgis several times. It's just up north from me.
Yeah, not this year, but last year, he was the guy. If you were in the open air bar and heard the pounding going on, that was him in there making the knives in the bar. That's where what's his name? It just top of my head, the guy that runs it, owns it. Put him in there the first year in the bar because it was supposed to be a cigar thing, but it wasn't done yet, and he put him in that space.
Hey, Uncle's up here. How you doing, Al?
Hey, Al.
I'm trying to get my systems working. 1 second.
You got your rotors going?
Yeah, that was the heck of the trouble.
Hey, Gil, you gonna hit that link? You want me to put it up there for you?
It's like I have to go up in the attic and it's hot up there, get to the wiring, figure out all the wiring, not get electrocuted, go from
Family compound.
Yep, and then come back down the ladder and down here. And Will knows I use a cane, so
yeah,
hard. That's why I have to wear this when I go up there, so I can see.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end up with my large slide out in this RV I'm working on. It's got 3 slide outs, and then the large one in the living room. I think I'm going to tear the cabinetry down eventually and put in shelving or separate cabinetry that holds the 1 gallon dried, the number 10 containers, I think they're called. Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold a bunch of those. That way they're lightweight, and that'll be a great area to store them in that slide.
Where you been at, young man? You were over at Jerry's, weren't you?
I've been everywhere tonight.
Family compound. He was on the other night.
Look what I did for you. I wore this just for you, Gil.
Oh, hang on a second. Get down here. There we go.
Yeah.
You can come up here too, Jerry, if you want. Hit that link. There you go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I got this hat back in 1978.
1978. I got one just like that, only it's gray.
Yeah, I got my dress one is gray. I got this one at the Punxsutawney Cow Palace in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Here we go.
All right, Uncle Al, get your hat on.
Oh Lord! How we got this one? I have the cowboy packed away.
There we go. Uncle Al, did you see the comment about having the camera on the electrical work quite a bit?
Oh yeah.
Somebody saying that would be great if you did that.
No, I'm not taking any cameras up there.
Oh, you'd have to have a cowgirl hat, friend.
It would be so scary because it's like I'm on the rafters and the wiring's all over the place and the little boxes up there. I can see it 240 volts through me. Asian man dies in attic fixing rotor.
Wrong side.
One wire falls off on this side, the other wire falls off on this side. Ah!
Now, Gil know what I'm talking. Gil's that way. Gil knows what I'm talking about.
He's that way.
Yeah, well, he's that.
Other way. There you go.
Radix up there.
Baby blue.
All right. Caitlin's here.
Yeah, we got a pretty good bunch in here. We got about 14.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Who's got a baseball cap laying next to him? How about you, family compound? You got a baseball hat laying next to you?
Yep.
Right. Put it out of
Sorry,
sight.
guys.
Here, try this one on.
I got a fed.
Yeah, you want to try that on right here? There you go.
Yes, I got a couple of baseball caps hanging up here.
Yeah, we have fun passing them around on panel. Here, try this one. Get some time prepping. There you go.
Did you see that red dot video I did today, Gil?
Yes, I did.
I was thinking, damn, I should have done that review sooner, and I could have sent that to you.
Well, my giveaway is probably going to go until almost Christmas before I actually do it, because it's I'm picking more people up. I'm past by.
You're cruising right along now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. You're doing good, Gil. First, I got to say hello to Bayou Purpose. Hi, Bayou. Did you get your housing solved?
Yeah.
Got blown out by the hurricane about 7 years ago.
I didn't see you come in, Bayou. How you doing?
You know that hurricane wiped out a part of Louisiana, New Orleans.
Ryan, the gamer's here too. Hi, Ryan.
Men in tights.
Old school prepper, another good one. Good to see you too.
Right. And
yeah, we were in the negatives here a few days back in Oregon here in the high mountain desert. -0 and -4.
Yep.
I think we actually hit, since I've been up here this winter in southeastern Idaho, we had a -1 one time.
Right.
Wow, we've had -28 up here. And
You
we
could
held
put
up.
a Piccadilly on there, Kaylin. They sell them. You can just screw it right into the top of it. Then you could put one on there.
And depending on the BB guns, they actually make little clamps that go on it that you can mount the Piccadilly to afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to tell you what we did with the BB gun as kids in a shotgun shell. It required a large roll of electrician's tape. And that primer did go off. And the shell did not open up. It went straight out.
Holy cow.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to do all sorts of stupid stuff. We'd take a 12-gauge shotgun shell, tape a ball bearing over the primer, wrap it with number 10 bare wire, put some straw off of old broom on it, throw up in the air, and it'd come down. Boom! All those BBs would go up, and it would rain down.
Yeah. No, you
can make a sentry out of it. You can make a sentry out of a 12-gauge shell. Just take the water and the BBs out of it.
Well, a friend of mine actually took the shotgun shell, taped the ball bearing to it, and wrapped the wire end over end with a slug on top of it.
Yeah.
And did that, and it went out like a grenade.
Mm-hmm.
I think French that asked a question.
Who?
Fringe file.
Uh-huh.
Why would you put a scope on a BB gun?
For kids to get accurate.
Just to be tactical. Tactical.
So kids can be accurate and feel like they're as a learning gun safety. It allows them skills too. That's why you would do it. Along with teaching gun safety, you teach them how accurate you can be with a weapon.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know what kind of weapons Uncle Al used to have, and some of them had BB guns weren't street legal.
Old school prepper wants to know where you're at in Oregon.
Lapine. Old school prepper. Where are you in Oregon? Near the border? Oregon, Idaho? No, we're right in the middle in Lapine.
I'm looking back over the chat here before I came in. Make sure I'm saying hi to everybody. I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry.
So I bought an AR that had a what was originally a $300 scope on it, and the optics in it rattled when I was using the subsonic bullet. So we took it off and we literally put it on an AR-15 BB gun for our friends' kids to sighted it in for them. So there's like a $300 scope that's really not usable on an assault weapon on the BB gun for fun. And when you pull that plastic thing out, it looks real. It will get you in trouble.
It probably would, yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's why we put a really. I mean, this scope is huge. It's like a 44 millimeter scope.
A-okay, A-okay, A-okay.
There's one I don't have. Let's grab a few up more that I don't have in here while I'm here.
Yeah, ALK does some pretty interesting things. They do a lot of camping and stuff, and
They travel a lot.
Right, that's
Yeah.
my,
Yeah.
and
I haven't commented much on
now.
their videos, but I've been watching them. You know, I'll put them up and watch them while I'm working on my book. Speaking of my book, a special shout out here to Martha at Old School Prepper. She's been doing some editing for me, finding some of my spelling errors. Doing a great job.
You don't know how to spell?
All right. My little finger likes to hit that the shift button, so I put caps where I'm not supposed to put caps.
Why are you yelling at me? See, like
No, it is like I'll do a comma, and I'll say like he went to the store, comma, then, and the then is capitalized, or I'll put too many
What do you shoot?
I was
What do you
wondering
shoot?
what you know, I was
What
using
do you
one
shoot in
word.
your
but
AR,
usually,
Jerry?
You know,
What are
Yeah.
you shooting in your AR? 6.5 or 223 or what?
Hmm.
Which AR have you got?
who, me?
No, I'm
Somebody
talking to Jerry on
Thank you.
the chat. I can shoot either with mine. 6.5 or 223.
yeah, I got a Mini 14, but it's in a bullpup version.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's short. It's barely legal in California. Well, it still takes the 30-round magazine, so it's not legal in California. But it's not in California. It's here in Idaho, the free state of Idaho,
Yeah.
where they have this year they passed a you do not have to have a permit anymore to carry concealed.
Good night, Lori Jean. And we've been family for a while, and everybody else in here, if you keep coming in, I'll eventually have y'all. I only grab about.
All right,
five
Lori.
every-
Appreciate you coming by, Lori. I really do. Thanks for coming. You get
Yeah, boy.
you get to bed. I'd come tuck you in if I was there.
And don't get too mad at Quebec, Glory. They're gonna learn their own lessons one of these days, just like California citizens are gonna learn their lesson.
The Californians.
They're gonna get rid of it. They're gonna exercise the Democrats from the state one of these days.
It's me, Brian. Hey, I haven't seen you for a while. Where you been hiding at, buddy?
French
Did you
Canadian.
get the title of the book, Gil, on Dutch oven cooking?
Huh?
Did you get the title of that book, Dutch oven cooking?
I didn't need to get the title. I saw the picture on it and go, I got that.
Oh, good. By J. Wayne Fears.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Dutch oven cooking books, probably a stack about this big.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but there is a real cool book, Uncle Al, you ought to look into. Same thing, Will, with you and Nomadic. It's called Fix It in Foil.
Fix it in foil? Is that like 10 hats or what?
No.
Yeah, like you do,
Foil.
you want to do a stew meat and stuff. You put it all in foil. You wrap it up, seal it, and you stick it in the coals.
Oh, I've done that 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a whole bunch of recipes on that. There's my scout troop was using it, and the Cub Scouts that our troop was associated. I gave them a copy, and they started using it for their campouts.
I've done that 100 times. You can make a good stew doing that.
Yeah.
Has
Ever try
everybody
to make a
down
cake?
here or others use foil for cooking on a motor? because I have had many a good warm meal from
Off
point
the
A to
manifold.
my Chevrolet.
Right off the manifold. Yep.
Long off the main intake
Yeah.
manifold. 30 minutes to 2 hours, depending on what you're cooking, and you can make a meal for 2 to 4, depending on how many foil packs you put up there.
Yeah, we used to take canned beef stew, the Dinty Moore beef stew. Take the old fashioned beer opener, with the triangle thing on it. Poke a little hole in it, and we'd put it on the block of the excavator motors. The big Caterpillar excavator.
Yep.
Put it, line several of those up there on the motor.
That's how I used to cook my lunch when I did pipeline.
Yep. We've done that at the campground when we're all tired and get in late and stuff. We'll just pop a hole in the chili, throw it in the campfire, and sit around and have a few drinks, and then eat our chili.
Yeah.
Let's see Hubble's cat do that with his electric car. Put a foot.
AOK foraging, we're running the motor. It takes a half an hour to warm up chicken nuggets from the dollar store in the foil. It takes a couple hours to warm up a good full meal.
Hey, Kalen, you could put that red dot scope on your pistol. You just have to have the right mounting.
Yeah,
Or
we're driving.
you could have enough duct tape
Yeah.
just put it on there that way too.
Trying to put my just-in-time prepping pin on my hat here.
Hey, AOK foraging, what this does for us is it gets you real when we get to point B.
You're gonna have
If we put
a
the food on
you're gonna
point
have
A.
you'll have a couple more of those in the mail on Saturday.
Okay.
There'll be a couple of those, a couple of different kinds of stickers, and I just tossed them all in the envelope with your reflex sight.
All right. Yeah, my youngest grandson, he just turned 1 Wednesday,
Wow.
and he comes up here into the room here every now and then, and he goes straight for those buttons. I got him sitting on my little desk over here.
They're
He
sharp.
in his mouth. They go. I dig about. No, these aren't candy.
Those are sharp too.
Yeah, he did the same thing with his mom's. She had a bunch
Hey,
of
Panda, how you
pierced
doing?
earrings, and she grabbed those. Panda.
So, Will,
Yes.
do you have bumper stickers for your channel? Because I am going to plaster the back of a Class A Bounder with no window on the back, full of the bumper stickers from all the YouTube channels that I follow. And I'm going to have all kinds of people in the places I go looking at these, and I'll be pointing at them going, this one's great, they do this. This one's great, they do that. That's why they're on there. These are the channels I follow.
I'll look around and see if I still got some left. If not, I'll order some.
Okay, well, I'm looking at ordering some for my 1K celebration, but I'm growing too fast, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen too soon.
Yeah.
I'm not growing fast enough.
Oh, wow. I could take you to some live streams. Well, they will pound your channel. I
think I'll-
didn't even want
I
to.
think I'll have a giveaway when I get to 4K.
I have 6.5 days to get to 1,000. I'm at 505 right now.
505. I don't think you can grow that fast in 6.5 days. But
I could grow that
you can-
fast in 2 days if I could get Daniel Arms or Keeping It Dutch to do a shout out for me. Because Daniel did a shout out for his brother-in-law's bison one, and in 3 days he had 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, Daniel was over 100,000 at the time. But
Thanks, Al.
Panda turd. Who's Panda turd?
Not anymore. Sorry.
Not anymore. I can tell.
I'm on a timer for my power source right here, so I have to be keeping an eye on that. Eye on this. Hi, Tyler, and I forget who was talking, Nomadic or Will. Yeah, we got to be really careful.
I saw when he came in.
Yeah, we have to be really careful, folks, because they will dock you hard on your live stream, because I lost 20 people in the last 2 days.
Yeah, they'll clone your channel too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
yeah.
they hit Happy Prepper so hard that he's barely made back the 160. He lost everything and just boom. And we all know Happy Prepper. You know, he's a kid likes to go camping. All of a sudden, his little brother walks in and somebody made a weird comment, and boom, his channel got hit. You wouldn't believe.
I'm making a list of trolls.
on
moderate-
Monday
There's
morning,
a- where
Monday
was that?
morning we had a big troll raid.
What's
come
that one
on,
guy? What's that
Cor-
one guy's name? Jason Mitchell, right? That's the troll. Make sure you get that guy off.
Yeah.
Jason Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to address.
I'm trying to look. I'm looking for it right now.
Rob,
I think I threw it away because I got rid of him. So.
Rob Painless wanted to address what growing was, and that's where you actually go and find people that want to watch your channel and be your subscriber. And you can do this on what's called grow streams, but you get a lot of trolls in there. You get a lot of subscribers that really aren't into your thing, and you lose them for that reason, but it helps your channel grow. So you can actually get to a level where you can monetize and do live video streams from your phone easily without the lag and stuff like that. It's just a matter of boosting your channel.
You have to know which ones are good and which ones are bad, though.
And
Right.
can I mention one of them that's my favorite for growing? That's a very modest person that's decent.
Who's
I'd
that?
rather keep that out of here. Carolina Hillbilly 1961 is one of the best grow channels.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Him and I talk offline all the time.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, but he loves me coming in there as a moderator because I'm so good at posting links for him and stuff, and I just love helping him out. He's
Carolina Hillbilly, you said?
Yeah, he'll be.
1961. He doesn't jump out of his chair. He doesn't freak out. He's very slow, mellow, and very respectful. And he's gotten a lot of channels. When you're close to 1K, he will get you there.
Yeah, he comes to my.
Carolina Hillbilly, 1961.
Yes. He
Okay.
posts, videos of his morning
Yeah.
sunrises, so he does post too.
Tell him I sent you over there.
Yeah. Tell him to take it there.
Okay, I just subscribed to him, and I'll get in, check him out, and get with him and actually do a video later.
There's other ones I can tell you about that are a little bit faster and more fast paced. They're more, they jump out of their chair for the super chats and stuff, but that's the BAM show with the tree trimmer, and then you have Island Life.
Mhm.
A new one that's out there that's for the nomadic community, but everybody's welcome is Blue Wave Odyssey. They've just started streaming in the last month or so, and they're an excellent. I talk with Bob all the time, the owner of Blue Wave. Great people, and a great community. The nomadic community is a great community that would interrelate just like I'm doing with the prepper community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tree Trimmer's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah, I've been to Postal Studio. I've done farm halls on Friday, and there was another one here that I had done.
I've even gotten into the paranormal community. They're a
Think
great
Dragon.
community. Think Dragon, yeah.
Yep. Jason and me are good friends. He did my neighbor just about from Think Dragon.
Yeah, I go on Hillbilly just to be a moderator for him, just because I like what he does for people, because he's so mellow about it and so sincere about it. He's one of my favorites as a grow channel, and I don't even go there to grow. I give him a super chat once in a while and say, please don't even post my link.
But there's a lot of them out there that are just not worth a shit.
No, you said a mouthful. A lot of them.
Oh yeah.
They're just in it for the money too.
A lot of them are overseas too. I get a bunch from Vietnam, Indonesia, China, Thailand.
Yes.
Japan too, Al. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was getting there, Japan and Korea too. The big problem is they don't read the guidelines.
No, Am Hoy is one that I was on, and I actually ended up sitting down and helping him out, teaching him about trolls, teaching him how to run his stream and all kinds of stuff. Great guy, and he's trying to do a good thing, but he was clueless on a lot of things, and I basically sat down for an hour and put him through school on what he's going to experience doing these live streams, trying to grow people, and it's not all peaches.
Yeah, that's why I do that. That's why I do my wheel. That way I can be selective about folks. And like I said, most of my people are blue. I don't have to really watch the stream. I just spin the wheel.
Oh,
we get a few trolls.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I got to be careful because I am running out of power, and I gotta cut it short, guys. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
Catch you later. Nice meeting you, Rat Pack. He's up there.
Uncle Al, I've seen you around. It was great meeting you too.
Yeah, I know you guys over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there.
I'll see you tomorrow, Uncle Al.
All right, catch
All right,
you later, guys.
All right. See you, Uncle Al.
Let's see, disconnect. There.
It's the red one.
Yeah, we got rid of the troll that was going after Brandon, Cheryl, and Ryan.
Excellent.
That was the one. It was called No Name, and his channel got yanked. I got it yanked a couple weeks ago, and he was dealing with another one called It's Mean. And right
They
now
were-
the Federal Trade Commission and the Department of Justice are looking at him for cyberbullying.
Yeah. I there was one earlier on American Dream 2.0, and he left him in the chat. He came back into the chat, but with a dark screen. And I flat out told the guy, "Do you realize what you're doing? Do you realize that your stomach is going to drop through your asshole when you get a knock on the door if you keep this up? Because it's all fun right now for you, but if you do enough of this, they will literally get your IP address, knock on your door, and when a guy shows up with a shiny badge, your heart is going to drop through your asshole and go, oh my God, what have I done?" He listened to me and went away. He's told to realize what kind of trouble they can actually get into.
Yeah, Monday morning on Corsair Trainers, we had a guy come in there, and he was playing nice at the beginning. Then all of a sudden he started being a jerk, and Steve hadn't put anybody up as moderators yet. And this guy had cloned a couple of our channels, and he was making comments with as us, as like Anthony from Pimento Prepared, and
I'm glad I missed that one because he went in there. He was cloning the guy.
and he was and Steve hit the wrong one to make a moderator, and he made this doofus a moderator, and it took him a minute to undo that. But then the guy was saying, "You can't mess with me. You can't don't you know you can't stop YouTube admins?" And by that time, I was in there, and I killed one of his things. And then he tried cloning me, and evidently when he tried cloning me, he looked at who I was, and it said retired Department of Homeland Security, and he immediately stopped using me once he realized who he had.
So have you ever seen a troll called Grim Grim?
No.
He got his head knocked off last night in Murad's Haunted Adventures. I was playing along with Murad with a bunch of others on panel, and we gave him enough rope to hang himself, and YouTube came in and did it. It was hilarious.
Hi, Jason.
He got his head whacked off good.
Yeah.
Anybody want to come up here? We're got plenty of room. Hit that link I put out there.
So yeah, it's I don't like the trolls, but boy, Grim Grim was sure entertaining for a while, and he hung himself good. And then I went on another chat with Murad and talked to him later, and I said, "I knew exactly what you were doing." He goes, when I disappeared, and he winked at me, and I go, I know you were taking care of business.
Yeah. Let's talk about
How you press this
You've been
button?
kind of all over the place tonight, Gil.
Yeah, because I've been on a lot of the
Every time I go in a live stream, you'd be there.
yeah, and I've been on a bunch you haven't been there with some of the homesteaders from back east.
Oh, I usually some of those I don't talk. I just go in and see who's there.
Yeah, some of them are absolutely hilarious. I mean,
I was in two family homestead for a long time tonight.
yeah, I was there for a little bit, and then I went over to
Open subject.
I can't remember who it was. He was doing a giveaway. He's going to be doing a giveaway once a week until Christmas.
Oh, I can't think of that guy's name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, another great grow stream, you guys, in the coin community is Silver Turtle 65. He runs an incredible grow stream where he does unrolling of silver dollars, looking for silver that were packaged by a machine in the bank, and gives.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those out there. Yeah, he'll sit there and sort through them while he's talking to the side chat. Yep.
Yeah, and then do a little contest during the chat to give away silver to the people watching him.
Yep.
And we just have a great time on his chat, just talking back and forth and hanging out with them. And he's getting really big. And he runs another clean chat that's really good. Very, very few troll activity.
I was over on Wes's live stream, and then I went over to Mondak Living as well.
Mondak Living, is that a good live stream?
Yeah, he's got a good channel. He's a real nice guy. He's the one that's got doing some giveaways once a week through till Christmas. He had a giveaway tonight, and he's given his giveaway people until, like, he'll do it on Tuesday, and he gives them until Friday to respond, and if not, then he draws again.
Oh, nice.
And so they were all going, do the drawing again, do a backup drawing tonight. He goes, no, I'll do that on Friday. But MONDAK Living.
Rob Painless has dyslexia like I do. That's why I use voice to text.
I just have terminal brain farts.
Yeah.
I got so much data I'm trying to get purged from my mind from 15 years of working for Homeland Security.
Yeah, MOI is a good dude, and so is Will Patriot there.
Yep.
Go on.
Fringe file.
Yeah, I have OFMs, old fart moments.
Old fart moments. I have CRS. Can't remember shit.
Yep, I have that one too. And
Yeah, I'll have my tongue will have an epilepsy fit and turn upside down.
Is that when your Tourette's comes out?
That's all. That's sort of like my dad used to say. You're engaging your mouth. You're starting your mouth before you've engaged your brain.
Yep. Try not to do that myself. Gets me in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, what I got over here.
So yeah, I try to pick up one
I'll
or
put
two.
another one up there. Anybody want to come up here? I'm putting the link up for you. Just click on the link. Come up here and hang out with us.
Dakota, my dad did that with his keys all his life and his wallet, and I fought all my life not to be that way. I'm pretty good at it. But boy, my dad would put his wallet down. 5 minutes later, it's 2 feet from him. And he'd be like, I don't know where my wallet is. I got to go to the store.
Okay.
He's asking you how you got hooked up with DHS.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, so I had another screen up here for a second. I just got a little ping and I was looking at it. Actually, I got recruited to DHS. My law enforcement career is long and varied. And then I got out of law enforcement and I went to construction because my brother said, hey, I got a job for you making more than twice what you're making right now, and you get to play in the dirt. So I went and became a excavator and dozer operator, making $65 an hour back in 1989. Did that till I was vested in that. But I was when 9/11 happened, I was head of corporate security for Chevron Texaco, and I got a call from a friend. Said, hey, come on over. We need your talents, because even then I was recognized as one of the premier, I guess you want to call it, the big experts on emergency preparedness and response. And I'd been teaching off on the side for free, doing a bunch of preparedness fairs all over the place and writing books and stuff. So, yeah,
Wow.
They called me over and said, hey, we need you to help you set this up. So I set up their coordination centers nationwide for DHS. And then I started writing all their tactical response plans for them.
I see all that stuff as common sense. I mean, it's just I've never thought about it that a lot of people just don't think the way I do.
Yeah.
You know, I could have stood right beside you without you telling me what to do and just done it.
Yeah.
Well, for some of us, it is common sense. For a lot of people, it's not, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of bad situations, and I get patted on the back by law enforcement and EMTs every time going, this happens a lot. Where did you get your training from, wanting to shake my hand and thank me? And I go, I have no prior training. And they're just like, what? And you did all this at us here? I'm like, yeah, it's just what you do. Everything stops. You put your brain in gear and you take command presence of the situation and do what needs to be done. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that wasn't a skill set for some people.
What's interesting is, if you look in the emergency communications and response field, everything started in Southern California, really, with the SoCal fire stuff, with all those fires they had down there, because they had multiple agencies responding where no other place in the country did that. And they developed the incident command system down there to have, so everyone could communicate, and they have like 6 different fire departments come together. Well, they knew they had to have one person in charge. So over the years, back in the 60s and 70s, they developed incident command system down there. And they had to fine art in Southern California. Then it went when the Oakland Hills fire happened in Northern California. All these guys from Southern California responded up there. And everybody's up in Northern California is going, oh, what do we do? And these guys rolled in, okay, here's what you do, blah, 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 and they just took over. And they were there for less than 24 hours, and they had organized it so well they were able to put the fire out, and it had been going for several days.
Yep.
Then when 9/11 happened, FEMA had been eyeballing California's instant command system and their whole package, and they said, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're just going to steal what you have, and we're going to make it change it on for federal. They made very few changes. There's only wording instead of state to be federal, and they created the federal incident command system because they had so much problems, especially around the Pentagon, with all these agencies rolling in that didn't know how to communicate, and everybody thought they were in charge. And so that's how that all happened. And I was from California, and I was already trained and a certified instructor for the California version of the incident command system that FEMA rolled out. And so they pulled me right on in, and I was one of the first guys totally certified in that. So that's where I came from.
So he wants to know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
For my family and me, and those that know me, it's a good thing. Because I don't know how everybody knows about the CERT program, the Community Emergency Response Team program that the community do. That was rolled out off of Los Angeles's program. FEMA went and snagged that and took it national, and then it went international. But they had their 7 modules. Well, I helped write module number 8, which has to do with dealing with animals, pets, and farm animals. And so I was working that with a lovely lady in California named Noelle Cross. She was one of the animal service people in Contra Costa County.
Wasn't part of that program and organizing the right people to go to the right places for the right job also, and not have people show up that needed to be elsewhere?
Yeah, it's all volunteer about the community. And so basically you have the neighborhood, you're broken up in each neighborhood has a team. And when the teams get so big, and they split the area they're covering. Yeah,
because some of the fire bloods would actually purposely have a fire lit one place, run the teams off over there, so you wouldn't have the teams in another place, and they organized it to where that wouldn't happen anymore.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like with earthquakes was the big thing in California, where they do it. And you have an earthquake, everybody checks out their neighborhood first, then they report into their team captain. He then radios that information into the city coordinator, and that way the police aren't running everywhere, the fire department's not running everywhere. They only go where say, hey, you're actually needed over here.
Yep.
They're saying, is that like good cops, bad cops?
No.
Not really. It's just sort of like Dumb and Dumber, getting rid of Dumb and Dumber.
I like that.
So who sets up? Isn't this the DHS that sets up those cages?
Oh,
for the kids?
DHS, good thing or bad thing? Okay. DHS is a good thing so long as you can keep the Democrats' hands out of it and trying to use it as their personal police force. I would say 90% of the DHS agents are pro Constitution, totally pro Second Amendment. They all, they're pro, freedom of speech. They're pro Fourth Amendment. You have a few that are, the citizens shouldn't have guns, and those guys usually wind up getting shit details. But, most of them are all pro. Most of them look at the citizens as these are our backup. But you get someone like Pelosi in there who wants to turn it into a private police force. And, most of them just tell her, give her the one finger salute. Say, no, we don't respond to you. We're under the Secretary of Homeland Security, who is under the president. We're not under Congress. But then you got the ones like when you had the abomination in there sitting in the White House that pulled, even though the FBI is under Homeland Security, when the FBI found out that two teams from Homeland Security were going to go arrest Hillary Clinton, they went screaming up to Obama, and he pulled the reins on us and said, "No, don't arrest her," because they were going to arrest her on 57 charges. They had everything up for it. 57 charges for violations of the National Security Act for her stupid emails. And the FBI said, "That's our jurisdiction." And we were saying, no, that's national security jurisdiction. That's Homeland Security.
And I think those were supposed to be private anyway at that point, but they weren't.
But this is before then.
Okay.
When we started acting, all of a sudden they started clamping down on all the information on them, and emails started disappearing. So
that was before the Information Act?
All right, let me ask, Rob, TSA is one of the 21 agencies in Homeland Security. You have the FBI, you have ICE, you have Customs Border Protection, you have TSA. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of agencies that were brought in. You got FEMA. They're all brought in under Homeland Security to coordinate all their efforts. All right, Ryder Dust, cert trained. But so I'm going to get off my rant here, guys. You take it back.
Oh no, you got one more person to deal with right after her. Tyler,
I had a question for you, Will.
read the next one. Tyler says,
That's always with government, just the same job. Oh, you better talk about the one about it says about the more corruption than locals would.
Yeah.
That's all right. Take Ronald Reagan's look at it. If Ronald Reagan was president when 9/11 happened and Homeland Security was formed, he would have insisted on a few more restrictions to keep Congress out of being able to screw with what Homeland Security is supposed to do. Homeland Security thing was to cut the red tape, cut the all the private chest beatings between CIA. Oh, we're the ones that gather all this information. FBI doing, oh, we're the ones that gather all this information. We're not going to share. And that's what Homeland Security was try to make all these agencies share their information, have to report it up to them, and then they disseminate it back down immediately. Well, unfortunately, you still get these ones that are loyal to certain congressmen and congresswomen for funding. And so they, let's sit on that information. Let's sit on that. And every time we find out about that, somebody gets fired.
well, all the Congress should do is just divvy up the money. That's all basically they should do. Is they're like the banks for all the programs. They're the ones say, okay, give it to them.
Well, originally, Congress was not paid. None of them were paid. They would
Oh, yeah,
submit,
I know.
They would
That's why-
submit expense reports for reimbursement for travel and stuff. And that was it.
That's
And
what
then
it
they
should
got the
be.
bright idea. Well, hey, we're doing all this work. We need to pay ourselves.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. Is they went there to do a service, and that's all they're there for. And if
There's
they don't like it, they can go back home and be farmers or whatever they were before they did government stuff.
They have forgotten what they are. They think, oh, we're the leaders of the nation. No, you're not the leaders of the nation. You are representatives and servants of the people.
Family Compound, I want to thank you for actually entering me in the first political discussion I've never felt like I needed to walk away from because I don't like talking politics. You're a breath of fresh air. You really are. Thank you. You've done this in a manner where it actually isn't argued.
I actually think there should be term limits on them assholes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, one of the first federal security directors called me into his office and we were talking about something. And he goes, "Dang it, Gil, you are friggin' too honest for federal work." I looked at him. No, I'm not. If anybody's not as honest as me, they're too dishonest for federal work. And he kind of looked at me like, "Oh shit, what did I just step in?" 3 weeks later, he was terminated.
Yeah, I think one of the people running for president said they wanted to put eight-year term limits on them, but they need less than that because 8 years would give them too much time.
Well, it's just like the president.
I think 6 years is perfect for them. You know?
Well, 6 years.
For a week, what's the retirement that comes with it? Because after 1 week of service, I get my retirement.
Yeah. All right. So senators have a 6-year term, right? And representatives have a 2-year term. And the president has a 4-year term.
Two of them. Yeah.
So the representatives should be limited to either 3 or 4 terms, which would make it 6 or 8 years. Senators should be definitely limited to 2 terms only. Because that's what they did to the president. They limited him to 2 terms.
That would be fair.
I agree.
I still think that 6 years would be perfect for all of them, and that way, because the longer they sit in there, the easier it is for them to be lobbied into not serving the people anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they learn the game too well, and they sway other people too easily when they're in there too long.
So if you give them less time, they have to do what the people want or get the F out, you know?
Yeah.
Good evening.
They're the ones that made it hard for us to not even get rid of them. They passed laws to protect themselves.
Yeah, job security laws.
Remember that was awful because they can pass a law and on their vote and agree with it, and there's nothing we can do about it because
there is.
Committee on
all the states can get together and do a referendum to override Congress. The states could get together. Each state could get together, pass a referendum or whatever it's called for their state, and if enough states do that, they can set term limits on Congress, and Congress can't do jack about it.
There's a job for somebody with a lot of time.
Yeah, they could set limits on the people serving in their states.
Yeah,
that would be like a lifelong campaign. It would feel like for whoever hammered that one in.
Yeah,
but that's
too bad superheroes aren't real. Then we could get Captain America to do that.
Captain Get Her Done.
Yeah.
Well, we got her all turned up tonight.
God, I'm like a young cowboy with this. Not having. I looked about 60 years old before I cut my beard off earlier.
Yeah.
About 3 months of growth.
All right, Kaylin. Good night.
My wife was thinking about hacking this off when she was here for Thanksgiving, but she went back to California without it. She said I can keep it till Christmas. So when she comes back up for Christmas, it's.
No, still dark on top.
Yeah, you can just grow it back when she's gone.
Yeah, but see, it's not growing the way I want it anyway. So, it's too thin in here, and the one side curls up and the other side curls down, so I
You're
can't get it
supposed
to
to
do
buy
it.
that man stuff for
Yeah. I don't, I tried using some of the mustache wax and stuff, and it was just too nasty.
it. Too nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I got a big scar in the top of my upper lip right here where I got in a fight when I was much younger. So
Wait a minute.
my
Wait a minute, Will. You got
my
a scar on your
mustache-
lip?
Yeah, my mustache don't want to grow the right way now.
See
It
a
wants to
scar,
go one way, and the mustache on the other side wants to go the other way. So
scar on your lip. Sounds like Howard Hughes. Are you really Howard Hughes?
no,
Is
No.
Speedy going to behave?
I got my lip run across one of those wrought iron banisters on the front porch.
Ow.
But the other guy looked worse after I got done with him.
Yeah. Well, here's a little bit of trivia to you. Do you know why Howard Hughes grew a mustache? Because
No
he
idea.
had a scar. He got that scar crashing a plane he was test flying.
Wow. Wasn't that experimental craft with all the shaved rivets?
I'm not sure which one it was. It was before
think it was.
World War II.
Maybe it wasn't then. I remember one that he was on that he was just anal over.
Yeah.
The rivets had to be shaved and the whole 9 yards. Nothing could stick out for air drag. He was getting, yeah.
Rider dust term limits won't work.
Okay, let's see. We got Panda has a question. How much rice and beans do you guys eat? Not enough. No.
I saved that and stored out in the dry storage.
Yeah. We eat a lot of rice, but not just as rice. My wife adds it to a lot of dishes, and then she'll make teriyaki beef and broccoli over rice. She'll make some Spanish dishes and stuff, and add rice into the, like a hamburger helper type thing. She has a bunch of recipes for that.
I add a little handful of rice into my soups half the time. It's great. It's great filler. Lentils,
Yeah. But let's see. We did it was 2 weeks ago, Will. We did that one about storing supplies for the winter. Was it
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
A couple of weeks ago, yep.
Yeah. So Panda, go to Just in Time Prepping's channel. Look back on the Monday roundtable 2 weeks ago, I think it was, maybe 3.
Just look in the playlist that says Monday Roundtables.
And it's the one that says something about storing for the winter. And in that, I talked about the amount. I gave out a website for calculating how much food you need and stuff. It's on providentliving.com.
I remember catching part of that stream.
And in it, I listed what they list out of grains, and including rice, wheat, and stuff, and then listed how many pounds of lentils you need, which includes beans. And so, and then what's neat about the Provident Living food calculator, you can pick how many adults, how many children, and how many weeks you want to know for. So you want to do it for 6 weeks, 20 weeks, 52 weeks. It'll calculate it all out for you and give you the bulk numbers.
Hold on.
Well, Writer Dust, it'll actually also make it more easier for freshmen
Just a
because
matter of
you
time.
won't have all these guys in here with all this power and clout trying to stop change like you do now. You got Nancy Pelosi, who's been in there so friggin' long. She's got her hands on everybody's purse strings, and she chokes out, figuratively speaking, chokes out the freshmen senators and congressmen coming in that want to make change. Because if she doesn't like that change, she chokes them out. Same thing with what's his name, Schumer, and Feinstein, and a bunch of those other idiots from California, from San Francisco, that got in there and we can't get rid of.
They've had facial recognition for a while. They're just now telling you about it.
Have not seen that yet. That's interesting. I know they were using facial recognition for check cashing things in 7-Elevens here years ago, about 20 years ago, and it actually had a little X-ray thing in it that would actually pick up facial features to know it was you when you went back to cash a check. So it would know. So once it got your information, you could go back and use it again and again without having to go through all the pain of the first time you went there. You put your information in it.
Well, that's one of the reasons I don't go into those little mini marts at the gas stations. At the pump, I put in my credit card or I put in my ATM card, and I don't go inside.
Yeah, me either.
We have our gas pump here in Oregon Forest, and I was shocked years ago when I went out of state and I saw convenient marts with bulletproof glass and little slots that you had to pass money through and get your stuff through. I'm just like, wow, has it gotten that bad? And that, that was 20 some years ago.
Yeah.
And those guys all have cameras in there too.
They lock up our bathrooms in a few local stores up here because of drug addicts going in there. You got to get a key to get in there. That's about it. It's still pretty decent up here.
Yeah.
And why not let you in unless you're looking at the camera? That way, if you're creating havoc, they got you on camera. They got a good picture of you. That's a great idea.
Oregon's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
For stuff, of course they got they keep the hammer down on people,
Oh shoot! I have too many things on an acre, and I get letters from the county. And,
Yeah.
And my neighbors don't have a problem with it because it's organized and clean looking, but I just have too much. So I move it around, and they're happy.
Yeah.
Heck, in Washington, you can't even pump your own gas.
Nope.
Somebody has to pump it for you.
No, I just think it's great because it gives another person a job here in Oregon.
The states do have powers to do referendums. That's every constitutional amendment has to be done from the states and approved on the state level. If enough states don't approve it, it doesn't become a constitutional amendment.
But it would only have to be the majority of the states too,
And if they make a constitutional amendment limiting the terms, just like they had to do for the president, then it's done.
I think it's a great idea, but just getting all those states to do that.
And results would be great. A lot of footwork though.
Yeah. Of course, I just saw this one guy, which is, this would be really funny. I mean, he had twice as much hair on his face than Will does. His eyebrows are so bushy and his hair came down. All you could see basically were two eyeballs and a little itty bitty mouth because his hair was just everywhere. Big. I mean, it's just, and it went up close and everything. Just tons of hair.
Well, my hair grows almost all the way up to just below my eyes. I have to trim it.
Yeah,
up here.
He looked like a friggin' grizzly bear. He had so much hair and it pushed out, and so his head looked bigger than it actually was because all the hair. They wouldn't be able to get facial recognition on him.
Yeah.
Dr. Zeus thing, huh?
Was it called winter food storage? What?
Yes, it was, Ryan. That was the Monday night chat a couple weeks ago.
Oh, he's talking about the Monday night thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the beans and rice stuff on it and the food prep.
Yeah, and I actually at the beginning of that, I actually took my camera, aimed it at the other monitor where I had that website up.
If you guys want to see any of what we talk about for Monday nights, all you have to do is go into the playlist for it. All of them are in there just by week.
I've been cooking all my life. I don't need a calculator. I can walk in and say, I have enough of this. I have enough of this. I have enough of this. I think I need a can of that. And we're good. Yeah. And I can split it down to whether it's for me, for 2 people, for 4 people, and tell you exactly within a couple of weeks of how long what I have will last.
Yeah. Well, most people aren't that smart.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to know how much food do I need to have a 2-year supply of food, of a balanced 2-year supply, it'll tell you how many pounds of grains. Doesn't tell you which grains, but just, in grains, you should have this many pounds. In legumes, you have this many pounds. Salt, this many pounds. Sugars, this much.
Yeah.
And it gives you that type of a breakdown. And then it does list, like grains. This includes oats, wheat, barley, rice, etc. And you break that down into how much you want to have of each one of those.
Yeah, well, most people like us, we don't have to worry about it because we've been doing it for so long. But you take your run-of-the-mill everyday person
And
that is just now starting to think, well, things are looking kind of scary here. Maybe I should do what those other fellers are doing. Well, then they look at it to get started, and it overwhelms them. And they let it overwhelm them instead of just doing it the nice, comfortable way and just putting something back every week or every other week. Or
I'm a very mild prepper, and I've spent thousands on just the food supplies over the past 10, 15 years, thousands on the stuff. And it, you buy it right and the stuff's still good. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And some of these people are just trying to figure out how to put up a get up and go pack with some nutritional bars in it,
Yeah.
All right, Fringe Files. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. You have a nice rest of your evening.
All right, Fringe Files, take it easy.
I gotta look. Yeah, we're gonna be getting out of here in about 4 minutes.
Okay, I got a question. Rob asked me a question there. Technically, I'm still covered by the non-disclosure agreements, so I can't say anything about how to do it.
Fringe Files.
But there are plenty of informational videos and stuff out there, and books on stymieing certain technologies. However, this is something I knew before I came to. Actually, it's something I knew when I was a teenager. Really fun thing to screw everybody up around you. It's how to create a mini electromagnetic pulse that affects any transmitting device. You take a Model A coil, you get a big old huge antenna plugged into the top of it, hook it up, and turn it on for 5 seconds. It'll kill every radio jam or kill every radio within 100 yards. If there's a listening device, it will fry the listening device because it puts out. You make sure you have that powerful battery, but that Model A coil, man, it'll do wonders.
Make sure your stuff is in a Faraday box and off first. One and two.
Actually, better than a Faraday box. There's this company out there that makes these Faraday bags. It's like a Mylar type bag and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's super good. The guy's channel is Minuteman Prep, and that's Ben. And he's got that stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah, they've come a real long ways on that EMP stuff. Used to be you had to make you a cage or know how to make a cage. Way back, I think I've been doing this YouTube thing for about 3 years, and way back when I first started, one of my videos was making a Faraday cage, and the way I made it is totally obsolete from what they do it now.
You still make them out of some insulation, some sort of insulation, and a chunk of fencing if you wanted to.
Yeah. Trash can now if you need to.
So, before you kill the stream, I would like to know how you like your channel run with your moderators, because I've never actually heard exactly who you want posting links, who you want doing what, and stuff like that.
I usually only have a couple of guys that post the links, Gil and Ryan. The other guys are just watching for bad guys and making sure they're not doing anything they're not supposed to do, like using the words and stuff. I only use a couple of guys for the links and stuff. That way it doesn't get overrun with them.
Yep. That's why I asked, because it's a good run chat. And I like being here, and I don't mind doing that sort of stuff for people, but it's nice to have a break from posting links and stuff like that with some of the channels I go and help out.
Yeah. Like that one guy that was in here, he was a troll, so I usually let him go for a couple of times, and as he gets warmed up, then I just hit the timeout button, And if I don't catch it, then you guys do time him out or eject him. I could care less.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, Rob, that some of those old transformers and stuff can do wonders for short range, but for some reason, when you have the ability to put an antenna, like a car antenna, whatever, into that Model A coil, it works. It's really simple. You can, and in a minute and a half, you're killing everything around you.
Night, Ryan.
AM radio on the linear shut people down too. It didn't destroy equipment. It would just make it to where nobody could get out.
Yeah.
Neighbors couldn't watch TV, the whole 9 yards. It was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Hey, the coach plays.
All right, you guys, it's time. I'm out of here.
All righty.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll see you guys. I'll be on in the morning.
Yep. You need to get some sleep.
Thanks a lot.
I'll be around.
I'm gonna take
Yeah. I don't want you winding up happening to you what happened to Al getting sick.
Oh yeah, right.
And Compound, your intelligence level is shocking. You're a guy that could challenge me. I like that.
He's a
Thank
good
you.
guy, man.
Oh no, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I will be keeping an eye on you getting around in chats because I like your intellectual intelligence level. It's nice. I could learn a lot from you.
Well, that's my whole thing is I love to share everything I have. That's
All
why
right.
my website
All
is
right.
up for free.
All right, Gil, go deep plate.
Night.
Take care, guys.